Welcome back to this 5-day exploration of your nervous system using breath. We're going to dive a little deeper into the vagus nerve today. So I'll put an image up right here. The vagus nerve is the nerve that connects your brain to your gut, sometimes referred to as the gut-brain axis. So this is communicating all kinds of safety, all kinds of alarm signals when things aren't going well. But it also is considered our vagal brake, so that when things are going well, it lets us know that we can go into a parasympathetic state or a tamasic state, which is a more rest and digest state. We need to be safe enough to do this. We're not in a rest or digest state if we are stressed. The common analogy is if we're being chased by a bear. I spent a lot of time in the mountains and I've yet to see a bear or be chased by one. So what is more real for me is the phone ringing and not knowing what is coming through on the other end, or being at work and getting another assignment when I feel at capacity already. Conversation with your boss. These stressors, these daily stressors can add up, and it makes it feel like we're in a constant state of stress. We're constantly being chased by that bear. The vagus nerve can help us to put the brake on, to slow things down. And that's what we'll do using our breath today by extending our exhale. So by extending the exhale, we're signaling that we are safe enough right now. We are not being chased by that bear. And it can help us steady and slow down. In the last video, we talked about how the mind, the body, and the breath are all connected, and slowing down just one of those has an impact on the other. So if you were to slow your breath down, this will slow your body and your mind. If you could slow your mind down, you would notice that your body and breath also slow down. So it's all interconnected. And that's why it's so important that we have these tools with our breath, because we always have our breath, whether we're in the grocery store line, at a kid's sporting event, wherever we are. And this one's my favorite because no one knows you're doing it. Today, we're going to take the child's pose position for this practice so that you can feel into a more internal state and how your breath will take you into a rest and digest. We'll do this breath about 5 times, maybe 5 to 7 times, depending on your own breath cycle. And we'll get into it. So let's feel it out. Come onto your mat. If you have a block or blanket that you could rest your forehead on, that can be helpful. If you don't have that accessible right now, no problem. You can stack 2 fists on top of each other. So my recommendation is that you take your child's pose with knees apart and big toes together. If you prefer to take your child's pose with knees together, absolutely fine. The knees together is going to support your lower back a little bit more, and knees apart is going to stretch into the hips, but maybe more comfortable for our resting and breathing for a moment. So once you find your child's pose, you can come down. I'm going to use a block to rest my forehead. And let's just take a couple organic breaths here, a couple natural breaths to settle in. Good. When you're ready with your next inhale, begin to draw in your inhale. And as you inhale, allow it to expand your backside body so that your ribs expand as well. Let's take that a couple times. No need to worry about your exhale right now. Just focus on a full body breath with your inhale. Okay, when you're ready, begin to count your inhale just to see how many counts your natural inhale is. For this practice together, I'm going to use the count of 4 for my inhale. And if you're somewhere else, please honor that. So now for the exhale, begin to extend your exhale by 2 counts. So if your inhale is to 6, exhale for 8. If your inhale is to 4, exhale for a count of 6. And let's do this just 3 times. If you notice any part of your body relaxing, perhaps your mouth is maybe a little more salivation is happening there. That can be a signal that you are getting into the rest and digest state. Let's just do 2 more wherever you're at with your breathing. And then inhale and walk yourself up to a kneeling position. So that's your practice for today. Yesterday, we talked about diaphragmatic breathing to help massage and release toxins and to help with the vagus nerve. And now today, we're going to use the vagus nerve to help us come into a parasympathetic nervous system state, or a rest and digest. Yoga calls this tamas, so you could also just call it tamas. All right. Thank you for being here. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or how you feel this practice is supporting you. See you next time.